Hello YouTube, welcome back over to Gaming House, and this is another leader's impression video for State of Decay 2. This was the second leader I had chosen, which was actually survived from the sheriff's one, the traitor. And honestly, I was pleasantly surprised with the traitor. I'm looking at him from on paper from when the game released. I was going to put the traitor like straight up like towards the bottom with Builder and having Sheriff and Warlord being up there. Not the case. Traitor, easily actually number one with how they are. Which, by the way, the gameplay in the background is actually the final mission structure for the Traitor, which I'll have the volume turned up when I'm not talking my general impressions of both the last mission arc and as well as just the Traitor in general. But again, Traitor, first off, again, pleasantly surprised of how actually good Traitor is. Their special build constructions that they can have are a trading outpost, which will summon traders, which you can summon themed traders. So you can summon ones that are for food, ones that are for medicines, ones that are for construction, one that's for parts. And they'll generally have a couple rucksacks of material, of said material that you can buy, as well as randomized other bits of things. For instance, meds will have medical supplies that they'll sell. They'll also have mods for the base that are centered around either the infirmary or just or other mods that will benefit medicine of some kind, whether storage or again mostly just infirmary. This is also live commentary afterwards. This is like, I'm not playing the game, this is all done afterwards, so you're seeing just pre-gameplay with me talking afterwards. With some editing done, so that'll, just because otherwise it would have been an hour-long video, and instead it's like 30-some-odd minutes. Now, this of course opens up the possibility with the trading outpost to A, have instant access to traders, to dump off trade items, such as, you know, tampons, the chocolates, popcorn, etc. that you find in the world. It gives you instant access to call one of them in and to trade those items off to them to get more influence. And that's also a general thing with Traitor. Traders just get influence, I think, inherently, whenever they're leader. And just, in general, they just get influence up the fucking wazoo. So, of course, this means you're able to fill in gaps whenever your base is low on a certain thing. You can now call those people in and make trades. There's apparently already a sort of cheese with the Traitor, if you will, that I believe it's actually in this area. If you settle at the brewery in... Crap, I'm trying to remember where I'm at near. It's already popped up a couple times, but I didn't pay attention to it on the map. Pretty sure this is Valley. Oh, yep, Valley, right there. Bam. Look at that timing. There's the brewery that you could establish here, and the brewery, with that is apparently you can set up focus a bunch on farms, use your outposts for beds, and constantly make a bunch of food that you convert into alcohol, and then call in the traders, and then just sell all the alcohol and buy whatever you need. But of course, you're welcome to use or not use that information if you want to. It's entirely your choice. And you're probably hearing some noise in the background, which is fun and awesome, because I don't got any soundproofing. I need to invest in some soundproofing. But that, of course, opens up the Traitor to be extremely powerful for people that are, say, like struggling or so. In fact, I'd say Traitor's probably easiest if you, A, know what you're doing and you can benefit fully from this information, or B, if it's kind of a beginner thing, you still benefit from the fact that if you eventually learn how to use the trading outpost, you can then call in the traders, and again, whatever you're lacking at your base, you can provide. And here we jump cut it because the base was about to be under attack, and well, yeah, I wasn't going to waste another like 5 minutes of footage. So we're back on my trader leader, who is now going to go out and meet with the other factions. Well, actually people that are at the enclaves that are still alive and not hostile towards me. They're going to meet with them and go ahead and see what they need to trade around and set up kind of like a big trade deal for their climax. getting back to the trader overall, though, they also have one of, I'd say it's one of the better rewards. I've already talked about sheriffs, which I can mention now because that's technically a video you should watch first. So that's much, much shorter than this one. The sheriff is, you get daily supplies every day, random supplies, snacks, healing items, sometimes weapons and ammo. The trader's winning one, for winning their campaign, is you get 4,000 influence and a trader enclave that spawns near your first base, which they will have a random amount of items and some. It's randomized from what I can tell, so they'll sometimes have like either themed all around one, like say they'll have a bunch of weapons and ammo rucksacks to sell, or they'll have random ones, mix mash of any of them. They'll, as far as I can tell, there's not a set amount of items or what they'll have available each play through, because I've selected it for both, some starting ones for both experimentation and also finishing off the builder. That right there is a lot. That allows you, if you wanted to off the bat, you could go establish your outposts for both power and water for your bases. You could fill up your first 2 slots using that. Also, in general, of course, you could turn around and start buying a bunch of things from the trader enclave that's with you. Now, downside to that is that enclave is, of course, limited to that map. So if you get a map, like I've had several times where it keeps putting me in the foothills map first right away, which I'm I've grown tired of playing in that area. My builder group lost that enclave, of course, and all the opportunities to buy from them, etc. Because I wanted to get out of there because I was tired of playing that map. I wanted to play somewhere else. You'll lose them, of course, when you move. You will keep the influence, though, which again, very good 4,000 start off, which again you can use to establish other outposts that grant power and everything else if you need that, because those are generally I can't remember which one's which, but one is 1,000, the other is 2,000, so they're both very expensive to try and save up for. Now back to here, of course, I've already talked to one enclave, which now I'm off to talk to the other ones here. And again, this one is just simply, I think with this one, after I talk to them, after I'm trying to find the right person to talk to. Who is it? No, it's not yet. It's not yet. But I'll spoiler alert, someone might try to trick me and try to kill me. But that's not until later. Now, right now, it's still just me driving around. Here, of course, I'm trying to talk to people, and, zombies gotta show up every time. And, them wonderful frame drops. And of course, that finishes that part, and I head back to base to rearm, and that's of course their items right there, which I'm not sure if I was able to just trade off or not, but I know it's towards the end of the game, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I'd kind of just hold on to those. And we cut back to base, and if you're wondering what happened to my nice car, I'm going to need you to not worry about that. You don't worry about what's off camera. You worry about what's on camera right now. But in general, The next mission popped up. Of course, I gotta go talk to one of the enclaves who's going to tell me that one of the trade partners is kind of acting fishy and might try to flip on the trade deal and try to, you know, screw everyone over and kill everyone and take everything for themselves. And with that, I could, of course, choose to be hostile about it, or I could try to find what they're looking for. I'm not sure if it's randomized each time. I believe this group needed fuel, which I was able to provide. I could be wrong. I'm talking before this actually happens, because I'm thinking about cutting the commentary here and just picking it back up at the end or so. We'll see. We'll see where that happens. In fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shut up for a while now, and you just enjoy the gameplay until I pop back in again.
Hey. Stay safe, my friend.
If not for the sheriff, we'd be in bad shape. Here's a little something as a thank you gift. I never thought we'd make it this far. Guess that's reason enough to keep on.
Sorry for trying to cheat you. It's just that we're desperate for fuel. Can you help us?
You know, this out.
Brothers and sisters, it's good to be back on the air. The Zed speech in the studio, I thought I was dead. But as we all know, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Keep the faith.
Thank you. I didn't expect that.
So here we are again, rolling up to the final part of the game, and of course that pops up, and that is, you know, kind of almost screws me. And, you know, my van's already been being beat up a lot. And I recommend for this to make sure, unlike me here, make sure you have enough supplies to last this mission, because the trader one's actually surprisingly difficult compared to both Sheriff and Warlord. Just because of what happens at the end there. A bunch of shit kind of pops off. And it doesn't help that I'm at night with super aggressive zombies. Luckily this guy's actually acrobatics, and I could sit there and keep dodging till my life ends. But make sure you have enough medical supplies. Make sure you have probably some snacks and stuff too. Ammo, of course. And most importantly, because it may or may not happen to me here, is make sure your weapons are repaired. So after the whole undead incursion is finally put down, I can proceed to go to the trade deal. Which of course is going to have me talk to everyone, but everyone has to bunch up like a bunch of annoying assholes. Now, of course, the trade deal is kind of going south. Some people show up to, you know, screw up the trade deal. These are human enemies, which you can actually see on the map as they approach, and it looks a lot clearer on the recording than it does my actual TV. On the TV, it's actually dark. The night is much, much darker. I could actually barely see the people, where they were coming from, and etc. And that's my excuse for my bad accuracy, and I'm standing by it. Of course, see them creeping up. Pop around the corner. And again, the potato aim was real because it was dark. It's a lot darker on my TV than what you see here. And this is why I said it might be important. This is where my gun starts to break. So the M4 is not becoming more reliable to consistently use, and this is a character that does not have weapon handling. One that I'm kind of defaulting to all characters because it kind of gives you infinite weapon life for firearms. Now, as if it wasn't bad enough, you know, dealing with some people trying to crash the party, you know, I have to sit here and try to find Barrett, who has moved all the way upstairs away from everyone else. Because I couldn't remember who Barrett was and couldn't realize that she was the hunter with a bright orange vest on. Once I find Barrett, talk to her, and then zombies show up. They start sending waves of zombies, each one having specials added to them as well, leading all the way up to a juggernaut, which I think I lucked out on the location. I'm not sure if this will be the location every time if you're in the valley or so. Juggernauts usually actually don't go inside buildings. They usually don't. A, because normally they can't fit in, but generally they just don't clip inside of buildings at all, so being inside is really safe. But ferals and all that, different story. In fact, I'll end the commentary here. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, showing off the rest of the siege as well as the ending for the trader. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff, and as always, you're welcome to come back over to Gaming House for gameplay and commentary.
Screamer for sure. screamer over there. You know that ain't the end. That is one nasty looking
More over there.
Tear these fuckers off! Shit, I'm losing it. Learn to fucking shoot. Fuck yeah!
Got a juggernaut here.
Part of me can't believe we're still here. After so much loss. But we are here. And together we've built something. Now the way I see it, all of this is just a first step. We take what we've done here and we keep going, town by town. It ain't ever gonna be easy. But I know we're gonna win.